I'm John Soltz, Iraq war veteran and chairman of VoteVets.org.
I'm retired General Wes Clark.
Welcome back to StopIranWar.com, and we'd like to thank everyone for joining this segment of our discussion.
With every passing day that the administration won't talk to Iran, we come closer to an Iranian nuclear weapon, and the time at which the decision must be made whether or not the administration will use its military option. What is that military option going to be like? And what's it going to be like for the troops on the ground in Iraq? Well, from the strategic perspective, I can tell you that it's going to be air and naval, and maybe some marine action along the Persian Gulf. I think we can flood the skies over Iran. I think we can precision target every significant military base, everything connected with the nuclear weapons program, all of their command and control. I think that won't be an overnight strike. This may go on a week, it may go on 2 weeks, it may go on 3 weeks, but at the end of it, Iran's conventional military strength will be severely impacted. What's it going to be like for the troops in Iraq? Let's ask John Soltz.
Well, sir, I mean, the troops in Iraq, obviously, already know are just drastically overextended, especially with the escalation we're going to see. Guys that were told they're going to be in Iraq 12 months, now going to be 16. National Guards and reservists now are able to get called up for their second tours. So what's going to happen is Iran's just they're going to turn the heat up, and you're going to see more, these projectiles, these force penetrators, explosively formed penetrators that'll break right through the up-armored Humvee. Whenever you see casualty rates where 3 or 4 troops die at one time, that's because of this Iranian equipment that's coming into the country. I think the other thing you'll see is Mr. Sadr, who controls, we're not quite sure how many, but we think maybe 40 to 60,000 militiamen. You'll see them rise up on the ground inside of Iraq, and that's precisely the reason that we had to escalate 20,000 troops in April of 2004 when my unit, 1st Armored Division, was extended. So, what you're going to do is you're going to further tie the American involvement into Iraq rather than working for a plan to extricate Iraq. So you really can't support striking Iran and support the troops in the field, because all you're doing is making an extremely difficult mission that's almost impossible right now, pure military force, more complex by striking Iran.
It'll be about survival. When you're on the ground in Iraq after this breaks out, you're going to have to do what we call force protection.
Force protection.
It's going to be force protection's job number 1. And that's going to distract us from the mission in Iraq. But the mission in Iraq is going to be secondary at that point.
So I think one thing that's interesting also when you look tactically at what's going to happen if you strike Iran is what's going to happen to the Iraqi military and the Iraqi police corps, which we know has been heavily penetrated by insurgents. I mean, all kinds of funny things with fake numbers. They put extra ghost troops inside their units so the commander gets an extra pay for, and then they're laundering maybe some of that money
or
to the
extra
militias.
Armored vests
That's
and,
right.
and weapons.
And there's a large question of now is how much we give equipment to the Iraqi force, because will that end up in the militia's hands? And if you strike Iran and the militia rises up, well, what percent of the Iraqi army and Iraqi police, frankly, disappears to turn around and fight America?
Hard to know, and we don't want to find out.
That's right.
So this is a tough decision. It's a really bad option for the troops on the ground in Iraq, but it's also got enormous consequences in the region, because people throughout the region will be on heightened alert. You can expect a hike in the price of oil, problems with insurance rates for international carriers who are trying to haul it out. You may see some hostility toward American embassies abroad. You may see some terrorist attacks in North Africa or in Europe or South America or any place where Hezbollah has active cells. We just don't know, but what we do know is it will be unpleasant. It's an option we don't have to take. All we have to do, at least right now, is talk to the Iranians. What you have to do to help us do this is come to our website.
Sign the petition today. Pass it along to your friends. We've had great support last week. Thousands of people have signed up. Let's keep this momentum going. Send a message to the president that war with Iran is not the answer.
www.stopiranwar.com.
Please, act now.
Thank you.